Whoa, some huge news coming out of the college football world. Oklahoma State has officially parted ways with their longtime head coach, Mike Gundy. I mean, this guy was a legend, the winningest coach in school history. So, how does a program icon go from the top of the mountain to out of a job in the middle of the season? Well, today we're going to unpack that stunning collapse, look at who might replace him, and figure out what this all means for the future of OSU football. Let's get right into it.
Right, this is the question on everyone's mind. Mike Gundy was Oklahoma State football. It's his alma mater, for crying out loud. The decision seems absolutely shocking on the surface, but when you start to dig into the details, you can see the writing was definitely on the wall.
Okay, so first, you really can't understand the firing without getting just how important Mike Gundy was to this program. He wasn't just some coach, he was a legit legend in Stillwater. It all starts with this number right here, 170. That's how many games Mike Gundy won. It makes him the winningest coach in Oklahoma State history, and honestly, it is not even close. He didn't just coach there. For all intents and purposes, he was the modern era of the program. And look, it wasn't just about the total wins, it was the incredible consistency. Gundy gave them 18 straight winning seasons, a streak that is almost unheard of in the sport. And that whole run peaked back in 2011 with the program's one and only Big 12 championship. So you look at a resume like that and you have to ask, how does it all fall apart this badly, this fast? Well, it's a story of a stunningly rapid downfall. As incredible as his history was, the last two seasons have been a completely different, and frankly, a pretty ugly story. The speed of this collapse is just staggering. After nearly 2 decades of consistent winning, the bottom completely fell out. The 2024 season was a disaster at 3-9, but 2025 hit some brand new lows. I mean, a 69-3 beatdown by Oregon, then a loss at home to Tulsa for the first time in over 25 years. It all added up to 11 straight losses against top-tier opponents. Let's be real, no coach at this level is going to survive a streak like that. And you can see the whole collapse right here in the numbers. Gundy's teams were famous for these electric, high-flying offenses. This season, they were dead last in the Big 12 in pretty much everything that matters. Points per game, yards per play, touchdowns. The entire identity of the program had just vanished into thin air. But this story is about more than just a losing streak. It's also about a really complicated legacy, some growing controversy, and yeah, a massive price tag. Just to put his success in perspective for you, before Gundy showed up, Oklahoma State had just 3 10-win seasons in its entire history. Gundy delivered 8 of them himself. He was a 3-time Conference Coach of the Year and the 2011 National Coach of the Year. He took this program to heights it had literally never seen before. But as the losses started mounting, the pressure was clearly getting to him. Late in that awful 2024 season, Gundy made these comments, basically taking a shot at his own critics in the fan base. In that quote, it was seen as deeply alienating. It created this huge rift with the fans right when the program needed their support the most. Not a good look. And that brings us to the price of making a change. Firing a coach like Gundy isn't cheap. Oklahoma State is now on the hook for a $15 million buyout. And let me tell you, when a university is willing to write a check that big, it tells you exactly how desperate they were for a new direction. So with Gundy gone, the focus immediately shifts to the future. The university now has this massive task of finding a new leader for a whole new era of college football. The athletic director, Chad Weiberg, put out a statement that really frames the whole challenge perfectly. He talks about a new era, which is a clear nod to the realities of NIL and the transfer portal, things that frankly seem to leave Gundy behind. And that last line is so telling. The stakes have never been higher. This isn't just about hiring a coach. It's about redefining the program's entire future. So who could that leader be? Well, a few names are already bubbling to the surface. You've got rising stars like G.J. Kinney over at Texas State. Then you have the familiar faces with deep OSU ties, like their former offensive coordinator, Dana Holgorsen, and the former start quarterback, Zach Robinson, who's now coaching in the NFL. And you can't ignore guys like Colin Klein, who know the Big 12 landscape inside and out. It's really a choice between new energy and old connections. So the Mike Gundy era, with all its incredible highs and its really shocking lows, is officially over. The challenge now is finding a successor who can not only win games, but who can also thrive in this modern, kind of chaotic world of college football. Can a new leader restore the Cowboys to the national stage? That is the multi-million-dollar question in Stillwater.